Now, your Storm Tracker first forecast.
Pacific storm system winding up right over southwest Montana this afternoon. Widespread rain and heavy mountain snow likely, and that's going to continue in the overnight. Some advisories and winter storm warnings to go over in Storm Tracker weather.
Fair, accurate, to the point. The 5:30 news starts now on KBZK, Montana's news station.
Support for Greg Mortensen. Hear what one adventure writer has to say. Plus, taking a trip around the world at a local elementary school. And not one, not two, but three. That's right, triplet calves born on a ranch near Manhattan. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Slate. Donna Kelly will be back at 10 o'clock. More now on a story we've been following for nearly a week as the controversy surrounding Bozeman humanitarian Greg Mortensen, his book and his nonprofit Central Asia Institute continues. The head investigations unit of CBS News reports Mortensen could be facing up to $23 million in back taxes. Mortensen now waits at Bozeman Deacon Hospital to undergo heart surgery next week. Those supporting Mortensen say the 60 Minutes piece and John Krakauer book that started the controversy are a hatchet job. Writer and former Newsweek reporter Daniel Glick spoke to us via Skype. He says he does not want to be seen as a Mortensen supporter, but he says 60 Minutes seemed to villainize Mortensen rather than view the whole picture.
We've all seen it. We're red and blue, we're black and white. It's either he's a demon or he's a saint. And I think that the answer to some of these questions is they're going to be quite a lot more nuanced than what we think.
Writing about the issue this week on his blog, he spent time with Mortensen in 1998 in the small village of Corfe, the site of Mortensen's first school. He says what he saw was a humble, earnest man. He
was treated like a member of the community there. He had clearly spent some time there. He had built this school, and the school was up and running, and people were very, very happy about it, and I thought he was doing some pretty interesting work there.
You can watch Daniel Glick's entire interview with reporter Dan Boyce on our website. The two speak more about Glick's experience with Mortensen, the answers he wants from the controversy, and thoughts on the financial troubles of the Central Asia Institute. Heart of the Valley has a new executive director. Phil Rogers, who moved to Bozeman from Grand Rapids, Michigan in 2004, has served as an adjunct teacher of management and marketing and advisor for student clubs at Montana State University. Rogers replaces former director Tracy Weller, who said she resigned for personal reasons.
I think everybody's on the same page. The common thread, again, is the welfare and adoption of animals. Everybody's ready to move forward because the passion is for the care of the animals. We may have different ways of how we want to do that, but if we can get the energy focused, and we will, in one direction, I think we're going to be dynamite.
Rogers will officially begin his position as the new executive director beginning on May 9th. New information tonight about prison escapee Steve Robb. Robb remains on the loose tonight, and there's no report of sightings. Now, this is not the first time Robb has avoided authorities. In 1997, after committing the crime that earned him a 20-year sentence, Robb was free for 3 months after that crime. On October 7th, 1997, he broke into the home of his ex-wife and beat her then boyfriend with a metal bar. Robb then grabbed a baseball bat and threatened his ex-wife before running out of the house. He stayed on the run until January 3rd of 1998 when he was arrested by Great Falls police. Montana State Prison officials say Robb should be considered dangerous. Contact local authorities if you see him. Same-sex partners advocates dealt a blow. A Helena District Court judge rules in favor of the state in a motion to dismiss the same-sex partnership issue in Montana. The ACLU asked the First Judicial Court in January to recognize same-sex couples as domestic partnerships in Montana to guarantee protection of their rights. In Judge Sherlock's ruling, it states, quote, in spite of this court's sympathy for the plight of the plaintiffs, this court finds that the state's motion to dismiss should be granted. Although no statement has been issued officially by the ACLU, a source tells us that their attorney is reviewing the ruling. The ACLU stated earlier that it is prepared to take the lawsuit all the way to the Montana Supreme Court. Local firefighters head to Texas to fight a 7,000-acre wildfire. 4 firefighters from Yellowstone and the Gallatin National Forest are on their way to the pipeline fire burning near Big Thicket National Preserve. That's on the far eastern side of Texas. The largest nearby city is Beaumont. The Park Service firefighters will be gone for about 2 weeks. The fire is reportedly human-caused. It's one of hundreds burning throughout Texas in what's described as one of the worst years for wildfires there. Yellowstone National Park decides not to send up to 100 bison to slaughter. Park officials reportedly have been considering sending up to 100 bull bison to slaughter. Spokeswoman Linda Miller says park administrators decided today that slaughter was, quote, very unlikely due to the logistical issues and a pending lawsuit from environmentalists. That means most of the 667 migrating bison captured this winter could be released back into Yellowstone in the coming weeks. Well, some rain out there today. Here's Chief Meteorologist Mike Hurd with the latest. Mike?
Well, even though we had just a quick burst of rain earlier this afternoon, get ready for snow. The line is basically drawn from Dillon to Butte to Helena. That's where it's snowing right now. Winter storm warnings are up for our mountainous areas around southwest Montana, east of the Divide, including Gallatin County. I'll come back to that topic in just a minute, but you can see the wet weather building to our west, and that's going to be moving this way soon. And it's probably going to be mainly in the form of snow. And overnight, we're expecting snow and then hit and miss snow showers into tomorrow morning, but drier by tomorrow afternoon. I got a big improvement in the weather for the weekend, but again, we're talking significant mountain snows for tonight, tomorrow morning. Much more on that in just a minute, Judy.
We are looking forward to that big improvement. Thank you. A Montana cow beating the odds. Take a look. These calves are triplets born earlier this week on the Cheney Ranch near Manhattan. The odds of delivering triplets about 1 in 100,000. The odds even higher if they're healthy.
Monday morning she calved and she had 2 heifers and a bull calf, and they're all healthy and she takes care of all of them. And we're told that's pretty rare. I guess they usually only take care of 1 or 2 of them. Every year it seems like we have a bunch of twins. I'd say on average we get 12 to 14 sets of twins, but never, I'm 4th generation on this place and we've never had a set of triplets.
Cheney, as you said, is a 4th generation rancher. Today, Bozeman's Irving Elementary continues 23-year tradition. It's called International Days, and over the years it's grown to a 2-day event celebrating cultures around the world. We stopped by today's musical assembly, and here were some of the sights and sounds.
Let the rain wash away the memory of the hurt, the neglect, and let the sun come out and fill the sky with rainbows.
Tomorrow, every classroom at Irving will be made up to represent a different country. Students will travel between classrooms getting stamps on their pretend passports. The student body itself at Irving has an international feel. 30% of the kids come from bicultural backgrounds. Skyline announces the beginning of its shoulder season bus schedule. Service will begin on Monday, April 25th and run through June 17th. The service features on-demand service for rides around Big Sky and 2 round trips per day on the Link Express for rides between Bozeman and Big Sky. Schedules available on our website, kbzk.com. Parents, if you're out there, listen up. You and your baby have a chance to set a new world record. The Great Cloth Diaper Change this Saturday in Bozeman as part of Earth Day. It's an international event aimed at setting the world record for the most cloth diapers changed at the same time. The Natural Baby Company is the only location in Montana taking part. According to the store's owner, most babies go through 8 diaper changes each day and will be in their diapers for their first 2.5 to 3 years. She says cloth diapers are a green alternative.
Today's parents are more concerned than ever about what they're putting on their babies and also their environment. And the environmental impacts of disposable diapers are pretty significant. In the United States alone, we dump 60,000 disposable diapers per minute into our landfills.
The Great Cloth Diaper Change is at 10 a.m. sharp on Saturday at the Natural Baby Company in Bozeman. MSU football loses one of its best defensive players. Ted Dawson has the story later in sports, but first, the latest on 2 Montana skiers missing in the Tetons. KBZK at 5:30 continues.
Here's a look at today's Market Watch on Montana's news station. Fair, accurate, to the point. The 5:30 news continues on KBZK, Montana's news station.
Welcome back. The search for 2 Flathead Valley men missing in Grand Teton National Park now being called a recovery operation after no signs of the men during yesterday's search. Friends and family of 28-year-old Walker Cole, formerly of Kalispell, and 31-year-old Gregory Seftik of Columbia Falls were told Wednesday night about the change in the search operations. Authorities have discovered a large avalanche that wiped out the entire campsite where the men were believed to have been camping. The 2 men skied into Garnet Canyon at Grand Teton National Park on Saturday with plans to camp overnight.
There has been some releases of snow, some slides, some avalanche activity. It's a vast, rugged, fully in winter environment that they have found themselves in, and so it's hard to know exactly what happened to them.
Recovery operations halted today due to limited visibility from a snowstorm. Credit counseling and how to bounce back from a rough economy, just some of the topics covered during this week's Face the State. KBZK's Adam Bell sat down with Beverly Johnston of Consumer Credit Counseling Service in Bozeman to discuss many issues related to credit, credit card use, scams, and when to seek professional help when it comes to trying to make ends meet every month.
So I would say the biggest reason people run into trouble is lack of savings. But the past 2 years has been unique in my experience with the economy crashing. The housing market here has been a big cause of our economic decline. So we've been a lot busier in the past since 2008.
Watch for the full interview with Johnson this weekend on Face the State starting at 9 a.m. Well, today was an exciting day for several local 4th graders as they got to learn about the weather from our own Adam Bell. The students from Petra Academy came loaded with questions for Adam, ranging from why do we don't get as many tornadoes as in Montana as other locations in the Midwest, to how the radar works. Of course, the most popular part of the tour was seeing our magical green wall and how television works from behind the scenes. And speaking of that green wall, Mike is coming up next. Also, an injured MSU football player coming up in sports. We'll be right back.
Looking a little nasty out there with a cold front bearing down in the Bozeman area, and the after effects of some of the moisture is what we call grapple. You can see there's quite a bit of that just outside the front doors, and even some lightning and thunder out there as of right now. There's another lightning strike. All right, warnings are up for our mountainous areas. Kaboom! Oh, hear that? We got thunder snow out there right now, but the mountains are going to pick up quite a bit of snow tonight into tomorrow morning. Caution if you're going to be traveling tonight and into tomorrow. The extended forecast holds better weather Saturday. Cold start, but a mild afternoon. Easter Sunday, look for increasing clouds and maybe more snow showing up there into Monday and Tuesday of next week. So quite exciting out there weather-wise right now.
And that was very impressive because you said there may be thunder, and then what, like 10 seconds later, there was a huge clap of thunder.
And we're going to make these into snowballs and throw them at you if you don't improve this weather.
Yep,
don't even think about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at this. No, I'm not doing it. I just want to look at that.
All right, that wraps it up for us. We hope you have a great night. Donna will be here at 10 o'clock. We'll see you then.
Don't do it. Don't do it.